I'm Daniel Gutierrez. I work in the lab of Dr. Bill Coberts here at the University of Massachusetts Medical School. I was born in San Jose, California, the heart of Silicon Valley. And I don't think I necessarily had an interest in science per se as a child, but I definitely just got into things. As a kid, you discover things and you're very curious, and I was a very curious child. I just get into stuff, and sometimes I had good results, sometimes bad results. As a child, I never had an inkling towards science necessarily. I studied sculpture, and I studied art, and I played a lot of music. And after high school, I started studying a lot of painting, a lot of drawing. And I did that for a couple years, and I got really good at art. And then once you get so good at it, as an artist, you start exploring different ideas. During this process, I was doing a lot of reading, a lot of science reading on my own. And these ideas about, where does the universe come from? How does it start? How does biological life form? And how do you go from single cells to human beings? I started incorporating these ideas and exploring these in art. I eventually decided to start studying molecular biology. I'm in the neuroscience program here. And the lab that I'm in is in the biochemistry and molecular pharmacology department. And our lab does almost exclusively organic chemistry. And I've come across a problem in the field of neuroscience that is really, really interesting. And I'm developing a tool or technology to address this problem. It's related to how our brain uses fuel. It's been thought for a long time that our neurons use glucose, they use sugar to fuel themselves, but there's another theory that they actually don't. They use lactic acid instead. And that lactic acid is provided by another cell in the brain called an astrocyte, and these astrocytes are supportive cells. And the idea is that actually the astrocytes use the glucose and then give neurons lactic acid to fuel their metabolism. How this might relate to diseases, or a disease, I've done some research on, I actually came across this idea reading papers about how lactic acid influences the onset of anxiety. And people that experience anxiety, social anxiety disorder, they have high levels of lactic acid in their blood. If this is in fact the case, and your brain uses lactic acid, the only way to use lactic acid as a fuel is by the consumption of more oxygen. So perhaps there may be some new remedy for people with anxiety by just increasing their red blood cell count to deliver more oxygen to them. Maybe they just need to breathe more, maybe they need to exercise, maybe they need to, who knows. Obama announced in 2013 that it's this 10-year plan, this $5 billion research effort. Essentially, the first 5 years of the program is to develop tools and technology to be able to visualize and understand things about the brain that we don't currently understand. So still, new tools need to be developed. And my boss, Bill Coberts, he applied for funding, and he got approved for funding to develop a technology that will give us more information. I like the discovery process. I discovered science. I didn't know very much about it when I was younger, but if people are interested in science and they see this video, I'd say science is extremely interesting. It's extremely interesting. There's a lot of ideas and concepts in biology that still have yet to be discovered. And even when you answer one question, there's going to be more. So if you like asking a lot of questions, if you are a very curious person, if you like to work hard, if you like to use your brain to its extent, then this is a good place for you.